We will continue, finally. We managed to make it work somehow on a different computer I wanted to present, but we made it. So, good evening. Hello everyone, my name is Marek, Láni. I work for Microsoft as a technology evangelist, what translates or what means that I evangelize the newest products and services we have in Microsoft. And one of these services brought me here today. This service is very easily integratable to your application, but at the backend it has really big artificial intelligence, and it is available to you through simple REST API calls. Specifically, I will be talking today about services, about cognitive services, and how the name tells. These are the services that can give your application some kind of human side, we could say. It can allow your application to recognize faces, to identify person from a picture, to detect emotions from a face, to, well, let's say, recognize speech, translate speech to text, and so on. Maybe you know cognitive services under its original code name. It was called Project Oxford, and it first started in Microsoft as a research project. And if you don't know the name of Project Oxford, maybe you came around these applications that are in the slide that were pretty trending through social networks, but maybe I'm following too much of Microsoft, so I cannot tell. But if you even don't know this application, never mind. I will tell you something about the details of the cognitive services. As I said, Microsoft Cognitive Services was first Microsoft research project, and it is still Microsoft research project. And first, it was used mainly by the Microsoft products and services such as Cortana or Bing. But at some point, some head in Microsoft realized that it makes sense to make it public and make it available also for developers outside Microsoft. We've published these services in spring of this year, and today, as the main topic of this meetup of today's meetup is language processing. So I will be specifically talking about language understanding intelligence service. Before that, I would like to just give you a short overview of all cognitive services that are available. Okay, it works. And as I already said, you can call these services through REST APIs. We even offer SDKs for specified language or technologies, and we also provide a large network for you on Stack Overflow or MSD, and also samples you can try and start with. We can categorize cognitive services into 5 groups or categories. While first one is vision. Within vision, we have computer vision APIs, which are simply able to tell what's going on in a picture. So, what are the objects in a picture, what action is going there on, and we have pretty nice application of this API. Also within one research project where researchers develop these Googles for blind people, which are able to take a picture and describe what's going on to this blind person around him or her. Second one is emotion detection, as I already mentioned. Then face detection, where you can identify similar faces, identify the person by the face, and so on. And then we have also video APIs, which allow you to do a video processing, do the stabilization, find the offensive content, or maybe simply do some video preview of your long video. Second category is speech, where we offer text-to-speech and speech-to-text APIs. We also offer custom recognition API, which allows you to create a model for, let's say, dialect or for an environment where there is too much noise, for example, for factories, and when you still need to recognize the speech. Then we have also speaker recognition API, which is simply a Tatrabanka dialog function available for you through API. Then there is a set of language APIs, which I will talk about in separate slide because these are important tonight. Then we have knowledge API, so academic knowledge API, which is able to provide you some linkings or relationships between academic papers. Then we have entity linking with API, which is able to identify entities within your text and link them to Wikipedia. Then knowledge exploration, which simply put can create a search on top of your data, and recommendation API would help you to build a model, recommendation model for on top of your data. And the last category is search. It's pretty straightforward, I would say, because those are the big functionalities encapsulated into APIs. And now I'm getting finally to language, so to the most important thing of my presentation. With the language APIs, there is big spell check, so nothing to explain, I guess. Then we have that language model API. This API is simply able to predict the probability of next word, or predict the next word itself, or split the hashtags into separate words, for instance. Another one is linguistic analysis API, which is able to tokenize your text and define the word types of slovné druhy in Slovak. And then we have language understanding intelligence service, which is the main topic of my presentation, and I will get to that in a minute. And the last one is text analytics API, which is able to do the analysis of your text, so define the keywords, get the sentiment from the text, for instance, and so on. And now we are approaching the LUIS, or Language Understanding Intelligence Service. And before that, I would like to pause on this slide. I guess I don't have to discuss this in a detail. Those problems that are connected with language understanding, I guess we are all aware of them. But these problems are three. They are technically, it is pretty technically challenging to understand human language in a human-computer interaction. It is costly to implement, and very often when you create a model for this understanding, you create a model which is domain specific. And these are the problems that are tackled by LUIS, and we will look at how. Thanks to LUIS, you are easily able to create a language understanding model, which consists of intents and entities. Then you can provide not many, just a few examples to train your model. And when you train your model, you can subsequently easily deploy it as an HTTP endpoint and start using it within your services. In next step, you can still train the model, improve it, and maintain it during the production phase. Maybe I will also mention the key usage scenarios for LUIS, for using LUIS. So it is mainly IoT experiences where you expect some natural language commands from your user. It is also chatbots, so basically bots which are able to communicate with your user in a natural way in Facebook or Slack and so on. And also it can be virtual assistants. Typical example can be Cortana or Siri on iPhones. Key benefits that LUIS brings to you are that it is really easy to create your model, so no coding needed. You just need a web browser to create your model through simple web user interface, and we will have a look on that. Then subsequently you can really train it and deploy it in a pretty fast way. It is also flexible in a way that you can use it from any device, from any technology, as I was already mentioning. It is REST API, so no problem in that, in using it from whatever platform you want. And as I already mentioned, it is research project, so there is a lot of researchers behind that working on it, making it better and better. Of course, world isn't only white, so to be transparent, there is of course space for improvement. As I already mentioned, LUIS is intended mainly for natural language commands, so not that long complex sentences. And today it unfortunately does not support our language. It supports 6 languages, 6 biggest languages in the world. So right now we are unlucky that we are a small country and with a very difficult language. But one day I guess there will be support for our language. What we will look on within demo, which will come in a second, is the model creation itself within LUIS framework, the active learning, so how we can learn the model during the production phase, during the phase that in which real users are hitting our model, our service. Then how we can trigger some actions based on the intent directly through the LUIS. And we will have a look also on dialogue support. So when there is some, for instance, parameter missing from a command, LUIS can very easily create a question or a prompt to ask for this missing parameter. So now I'm getting to the demo. So I will start my demo. I will start my demo by navigating to LUIS.ai page where I have logged in before, and we are starting with creation of the new LUIS app. The creation. Just a second. Okay. So we have more space for content, a little bit more. Even more space, thank you. We will start with creation of the new application. It's pretty simple. So we will create new application. We need to name it somehow. So we will name it. We have to select the scenario. For this purpose, we can use other. And we have to select from an application domain. I will for this purpose just select the one and I will hit. Okay, we will use English. As you can see, here are all supported languages. So okay, we have also Brazil support in Japan. That's new. I will add an app and we will start its creation. We will have to wait for a web page to load. Okay, and we are within our app. We will create application for, let's say, for a news portal, which will be able to find us articles or news and get us the current weather situation, so current temperature, for instance. These will be 2 different intents of our users. The first one will be find news or find articles, and the second one will be get weather. So we will start with creation of the entities before we create first intent. For this find news intent, we will probably need some topic about which the user will want the articles to be displayed, and also maybe some datetime to allow them to filter these articles based on the provided datetime interest. So we will start with creating our own entity. I click plus inside the entity, and I will type topic. Hit save, and in this way we have created our first entity. Subsequently, I will create a daytime entity. This datetime entity can be found between the pre-built entities, which were already learned by the LUIS model. So we don't have to learn our model for this entity. I will go through the list. You can see that there is really long list of the predefined entities, but I will select the datetime entity and hit OK. And in this way we have created another entity. Now we can get to the intent. We will create this find news intent, and we can see that LUIS wants from us the first iterance or the first example text, example command, which can come from our users. So for this purpose, we will use something like this. Find me an article about, let's say, elections. It was a big thing I heard in America. And let's say from yesterday. I hit save. Okay, I will correct this. Thank you. I see that we have a grammar expert in here. I don't want it to say this word. So now we have defined our first example for this intent. We can see that the datetime entity was automatically identified because it was already learned for us. But we need to specify the topic to learn to educate our models. So I will select that elections is the topic, and I hit submit. We can continue with a few more examples. So I want news about cars, let's say. We can leave out the datetime entity because as you can see, it is already learned, so we don't need to specifically train our model for this one. So I will train it mainly for the entity topic. I hit add new. Now it didn't define the right intent because it is not learned yet. So I hit it is find news intent. I will define the topic and I will hit submit. We will need to provide a few more examples. So let's say give me news about technology from 1st of September. And now we hit again that it is find news intent. I click submit. And now let's try another one. Show me articles about science. It takes about 5 to 6 examples. I have already trained my model in my subscription, in which to which I cannot log in because I'm using another computer. But let's give it a try. A few more examples. So show me article about I don't know. Let's say biology. Okay, we need to give him a few more examples. I want news about language. And now we can see that our model is starting to recognize the intent correctly. Finally, it took 6 examples for us. So I will define the topic entity and hit submit. We can go through all the reviewed labels or iterances through this list. And if we didn't make something correctly, so yeah, I did this in the wrong way, I can redo it. So I define the right topic right now. You can see that we have another okay. Science. Okay. Now it should work. So we have trained our model a little bit. It seems that it is starting to work just a little bit also. But let's try to publish it and let's train it in a production. So I can hit publish, and in this way I will publish my model to a HTTP endpoint, and I can start to query my model. So let's try query. Show me articles about space from last month. And we can hit this URL that was generated for us. We are getting answer in JSON form from a LUIS model. We can see that it defines intent correctly, so find news, but it had slight problem with the entity, with the topic. So it didn't define the topic right, but it found the entity for a daytime. We can go back to our model and make it even a little bit better. And we can go to card suggest. Where we have this query that came from a production, we can say, through the API call, and we can learn our model in this way. So we can do this for, if we want to, for all the production queries. If we have this feeling that our model isn't performing that well or as well as we need. So we've improved it now a little bit, and let's give it a try again. We will retrain it by clicking train in the left down corner. And I will republish the application. And let's try another one. Get me news about animals. And now we can see that it finally got to recognize also the topic entity. So it started to perform relatively good. It recognized also you can see that the score of find news intent is pretty high. So it is we can tell that it is estimating in a really good way right now only from a few examples. Now I will try to make mistake by purpose this time in a text, and we will try whether LUIS will be able to recognize my intent. So I'm going back to my model, and I will try to add new iterants. So show me. I will leave out R. About nature, let's say, and let's give it a try. We can see that it defined the intent correctly even when I made mistake. It still has a quite problem with entities, but we will submit it and learn it a little bit more. So we've kind of finished for this time with the find news intent, and let's create a new one. Let's create a get weather intent. Sorry, I forgot. I need to go back. I first need to create new entity of location, because probably we need to provide location where we want to know the current weather situation or current temperature. So I will get back. I will go to my app. And I will create a new entity which I will call location. And now I would like to show you this checkbox through which you are able to create a children entities. We can have, for instance, example of the application through which users are able to buy a flight ticket. Probably when you are buying a flight ticket, you need to provide from and to location. And those can be examples of the children entities in a hierarchical form. Another example can be composite entity, where, for example, in pizza ordering application, you can have size of pizza, type of pizza, and if you want to have it with you on the go or in a restaurant, and this all defines one entity. So this can be composite entity consisting of separate entities created within the model. This time I will create only simple entity. I click save, and I will create a new intent, which I will call, as already said, get weather. Example events can be what is the weather in Bratislava. Hit save, and we need to go through the same process. So this is location entity. We click submit, and let's think about some other form how we can ask for a weather situation. So how it is in London. We need to define that it is get weather intent and the London is location. Hit submit, and let's add another one. What's the weather in Vienna? Hit new. We will do the same, so it is get weather intent and this is location. And now what is the weather in Seattle, let's say. And now, okay, so we need to give him another example. Let's try another one. Now it is in in Moscow. Okay. So we will have to try another one. This is probably of the
live demo.
Of the live demo, yes. I knew why I was preparing my model with 3 examples before, but we will have to find with this. So, how is weather in, let's say, Chicago? Okay, we are there. After 5 or 6 examples, the model was able to identify both the intent and also the location. So I hit submit, and now I will try something like this. How is the weather in San Diego? It is a city that consists from 2 separate words, so it is a little bit problem with that. But we can eliminate this problem by providing price list features, where we can define some specific names for our topics. In this case, let's say something like this: San Diego, New York, San Francisco, and hit save. Hit save, and now when we run, we need to live in train, and now when we run this query, one more time. Let's try this. Sometimes it takes him a little bit when he do the magic in the background with these phrase list features. It's still in the technical preview, so we have to pardon him. Let's try it again. It worked when I was trying it at home, but that can be told by anyone, right? We'll probably not get this one this time. I will skip this one, but I would like to continue with these dialogues I was talking about. We can go to get letter intent, and we can add an action. Or we can add, sorry, no action, but we can add parameter, or we can choose that the location is required parameter for this intent, and we can also provide prompt by which we want to ask for this parameter in the dialog. So I will provide something simple, something like that. I hit save. Now I will publish my model again. First hit retrain. Now I will hit publish and update. And now when I will ask how is the weather, and I hit query, we can see that the intent was identified correctly. But the entity is missing, the entity location. And at the end, we can see the dialog array, which with prompt attribute of where. So in this way, we can easily create also dialogs by or with the LUIS or with our LUIS model. And the last thing I would like to show you is action. We will add action to our get weather intent, and we will use the predefined action which connects to forecast and gets the current temperature. You can also use some other actions. You can even connect your LUIS model to your own backend and fire some action within your own backend to your JSON request. But right now I will use this get current temperature action when this intent is fired by the user. So I hit save, and what we can do right now is that we can continue and connect our model to some external service. I will connect it to a box. So first I will update my application. And I will hit enable action binding using Microsoft Bot Framework. What allows me this binding is that it connects my LUIS model with a bot which I have created through Bot Framework, which is another open source technology from Microsoft for creation of bots. But I need to provide some information about this bot. So I will go to my bot that I have created before. I need to find the correct one, so I hit my box, and I go to this one. And I need to provide this Microsoft app ID, so I will do the setup quickly. I need to find a password. It's a little bit hard in this small resolution.
Just be quick.
Just be quick. Okay, so I will manage this. I will generate new password. Okay, so here is the old one. I will copy it. Okay, and the last thing we need to do, we also need to tell our bot to talk with our model, with our LUIS model or LUIS application. So I go back to my bot, and I set this messaging endpoint to this endpoint that LUIS has provided me. I hit save changes. Okay, and now I can try it. I will try it with this web user interface. Hopefully I will find it. Okay, so I will try to Facebook. So we will see that this bot directly fires the LUIS model. I need to log in, as I said, not my computer. In London. Cross the fingers. Yes, this is safe. So I will try to update it one more time. And let's try it again. Okay, so at least partially successful. We hit our LUIS model, but it quite didn't get the location. But at least you believe me that this integration is possible. So let me just finish my presentation. That had some troubles from the beginning, but hopefully it at least a little bit interested you. And I will be happy to discuss some more details maybe if you will be interested. I will be staying here for a bit. Here are the links that you can go and try the LUIS. And here comes maybe the word you were not expecting from a Microsoft guy, but you can try LUIS also for free, and we are giving you 10K requests per month for free for the application. And at the end, I would like to thank the organizers for having me here. I hope that this will this will repeat, but next time will be better, I hope. Mainly with my computer and prepared demos. But once again, thank you for space, and thank you for your attention.